Relebohile Ratomo Mofokeng, formerly known the new Relebohile Mofokeng of Orlando Pirates, is officially signed with Belgian giants USG Royal Union. Okay, it's called the USG. Saint Giliolis. Saint Giliolis. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the channel. This is your boy Machini. Welcome back to the Task Line. It's another video. We're done with the World Cup. We're back to local football, as you can see. Back to local football again. I'm happy though I'm sad at the same time. I wish we could have had a longer run. I had hopes for us to maybe progress to the last 16, still in Morocco, have some fun, see our boy play a bit more ball, but that didn't happen. Matala thought otherwise, but we're back, man. And good news coming out of this week, Yazi. Still preseason, a lot of movement in the market. Europe now, since the World Cup, they're buying our boys, they're looting the PSL. I mean, we've heard rumors about Ocon as well, maybe possibly going to the French league. Umkot obviously is nursing an injuries, and Al Ittihad, and which I'm going to touch on because the stories come Fukeng ties in with Indaba Kankota and also with Umbukazi is trending. Before World Cup, during World Cup, after World Cup, they're still talking about the boy. And now he might land a big move in Europe. Angakathat in this cut. Well done to Orlando Pirates. I must say, well done to Orlando Pirates for putting themselves where they are at the moment. I think as a club, this is what we call hard work behind the scenes. I mean, a lot of clubs have claimed that for a couple of years where nothing is happening in front of our eyes, nothing has been reported. I mean, Pirates has worked under the radar for me for a while, and it's beautiful to see because there are no leaks. Even with your prominent, journalists, social media influencers in terms of football and conversation wise, they never really leak much until the move is finally done. Props to them in that aspect, and it gives a lot of confidence to players not to be able to deals having to fall in the cracks before they get over the line and stuff like this. But this one, Agamafukik, I think, because he's dealing with Europe. Europe it's very hard to keep things hush hush there because there's an open book policy. You always know about the transfers, so it's very difficult to keep it really low, especially with the World Cup playing at the moment, and a lot of clubs are inquiring about players and so forth and so on. So I guess maybe now, but they didn't have a choice. Eventually, they had to say something about this deal. But apparently, it was concluded before even the World Cup. So the boy was leaving. So a lot of people on social media are saying, even when, I think after the last game against, I think it was Makis or Orbit College, he was already saying his goodbyes. People are analyzing that video. Probably he knew that he was leaving. But I think the whole country, whether you're a fan of Orlando Pirates or not, is very happy for the boy. If I could just maybe stick to the story a bit. This guy's rise to where he is now as a 21-year-old has been beautiful to watch. He has grown in front of our eyes. He's a second generation. His dad also has played the game. But ever since he came into the PSL as a senior player, signing that contract, it's been a breath of fresh air to see. Muskumbuza, the flashes of Utsulano Serrero, Pesi Tau. And it's nice that not these players, these young players, are not only now coming from your Kaizer Chiefs or Sundowns alone. Pirates is cooking its own storm, and it's a mixture of things. I hear people, you know, thanking Jose Rivero. Yes, in his term, these young players actually pull through, but I think it's a collective contribution. There's a lot of contributing factors, in my opinion, from Pirates itself in terms of management having a very good setup, signing the right coaches from development, and recruiting the right coaches to the senior team where they can align with their vision and mission. I mean, in the last 4 years or so, if not 3, they've actually made a lot of money, in my opinion, in terms of cups, giving young players and good young players, if you will, an opportunity to really, really play in the senior team, and them having to not hold these players, but give them opportunity to actually go and play abroad. And now these players are contributing well to the national team. So Pirates across the board, I love this new way of the business of football, have how they've and it's working because now they've won the league with the same players they've sold. They've contributed directly or indirectly because when you have senior players who are not showing up, these players are creating nice competition. And now for young players who are having aspiration of going to Europe, they're definitely going to be looking at Pirates. Every now and again, if you're looking for a move in the next 3 to 2 years and you're young, you are a star, you are special, definitely you are looking at Pirates because like other clubs or not like other clubs, they don't really hold you if there's an opportunity for you to go to Europe. And Pirates next to Kaiser Chiefs is a big club. So they imagine if they can win the Champions League. Imagine if they go back to continental football, start winning things as they are doing. The sky is the limit. But anyways, I want to talk about Uril for a bit. For me, why I mentioned the move Yagan Quarter. If you remember, we wanted him to leave last season. A lot of pundits, experts, people who were actually expecting the guy to move or the boy to move last year, but it didn't happen, and it kind of affected his form earlier on. If you remember, the quarter years came through first to the senior team before Uribe got injured and really was promoted. Though they played together at DDC days. Then obviously we know about Uribe first, and Nkota comes through, has this half season of brilliance, but really more looked like the guy who was ready for Europe. And he gets a deal, which is Unkota last season. And through his performances, both him and Unkota, through the performances for the previous season, I'm talking about, I think it was 24-25, through going to all the way to the semi-finals, the Champions League, CAF, almost winning or chasing Sundowns for the league, winning cups, good performances, good football, all around these kids were just buzzing in the league. I know really kept he really and his family kept to their guns and said he's not ready. Gave him another season, which was last season, and he improved his stats. I think the most important part for me, he improved his game, became a team player, not only a young player, he became an instrumental player. Even though in the previous season he was their winner, he was their he decided games at times. So you could think that I think there are a lot of guys that move, those moves of him not materializing at that time could have affected his gameplay because he didn't have a good start. Imagine he's now was part of the leading goal scorers and with goals and assists, but it almost ruined his season. But Umfana kept his head down, focused on football, and improved his numbers and contributed even better this time for them to even challenge the league. I think Pirates already, or for themselves, they supported the players who are already there with better quality, where they brought in Abu Oswin, they brought in Mbule was part of the recruitment, and a lot of players. Mbokazi, I think he always also had already had joined the team. So their ambitions were very realistic. So with him going to the World Cup, I think it was an added bonus, and him parting of the national team even before the World Cup, I think was already under the radar. And it reminds us as well about Upesi Tau, who actually was loaned by Brighton and Hove to this team. So there's a good relationship with the Belgian team with South African players already. So I think he's going to have a good season for me. I hope he becomes a plug and play kind of player. The only critique I've always had, even when he was playing in the Betway Premiership, was his physique. If he can just focus on his physique, because as a wing or a 10, he becomes a bit more physically powerful, like Matala was saying, a bit stronger. I think he can improve his game a bit more. He can avoid injuries. You see, like Nkota now. So if our players can really have maybe a nutritionist that builds up their physical structure, because most of our guys are quite short, I think he'll have a longer span. And because Europe is quite challenging, tackles are a bit more physical, I think the Belgian league will be a good tester for him and that window. So hopefully he can break through to the Premier League. But Sonke Simchablel, I think it was time. The timing, man. I think kudos to the family, whoever was involved in this kind of deal. The timing couldn't have arrived better, where he just had cameos in the World Cup. I think Umadalo protected, but I wish he could have used them more. And now for him to leave the club at the highest level, they've won the league for the longest time. He was very young at the time when they last won the league. He's won them the league. He's won them a treble. Pirates are buzzing. They're on a high, qualified for CAF again. I think at a young age, at 21 years, won so much. Probably is going to be sweeping in terms of the awards even. So yes, it's been confirmed. Paris have confirmed the move. So for some of you guys who are here who are thinking it's still rumors, we saw a video from Ifa Post. They followed him at airport. South Africa is supposed to, Bafana Bafana is supposed to be landing tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. But Mofokeng is not even part of the flight plan. So if there's any doubt, if you're seeing videos circling, I think on social media, it's been buzzing the whole day today. It is confirmed. He just has to agree to personal terms and do his medicals. From my side, I wanted to cover this video and really kudos to everyone. Kudos to Pirates, kudos to Mofokeng's family, kudos to the PSL for improving their standards. Kudos to DDC coaches, Jose Vivero, Wadu, everyone involved. I mean, Wadu as well improved the boy from using him as a left winger to putting him at number 10 so he can actually show us a bit more quality. And for all who have really molded the boy to where he is now, I think he deserves this. And we wish him all the best and we're happy for him. So he Pirates as well, they're making a lot of money at the moment and they're making the right moves and they're sending these players, these young players at the right time to these leagues. And hopefully the boy can improve, get better, come back to the national team, take us to the next level. We have AFCON 2027 to qualify for. And I think this is where the rise of our football can actually shine a bit more. So yeah, tell me what you think. That's all I have for this particular video in regards to this whole conversation around Umofukeng. Please comment. The five of you guys always come back to my video. Keep liking, keep sharing the video. It helps the algorithm to send it to more people who want to talk about local football. That's all, boy. Machine and share. See you on the next video. Shap shap.